Now it appears that the Cowboys have encountered their first series of injuries, and it seems that there won't be much positive news following further assessments to be conducted on DeMarvion Overshown, John Stevens, and Matt Waletzko on Sunday. The Cowboys are concerned about torn ACLs for Overshown and Stevens, while Waletzko sustained a subluxation of his right shoulder. As head coach Mike McCarthy stated after the game, "We can only hope that the imaging provides the right information. It's regrettable, particularly since all three of these young players were demonstrating significant potential. And similarly to the first game when 2 fumbles cost the Cowboys a total of 15 points, 8 scored by Jacksonville and 7 that the Cowboys failed to capitalize on, resulting in a 5-point loss. This time, 2 15-yard peculiar personal fouls assisted the Seahawks in garnering 10 points, leading to an 8-point loss for the Cowboys. Well, such is life. However, there's something intriguing happening within this offensive lineup, and it's not solely related to amassing a modest 293 yards and only 14 points in this particular game at Lumen Field before an audience of 68,458. Let's begin with the smaller details and then move on to the larger ones. Deuce did it once more. He scored on a 14-yard run, marking his second touchdown of the preseason, despite receiving merely 5 carries from an amalgamation of backup and soon-to-be practice squad offensive linemen. And it's not merely the fact that the 5'5", 180-pound running back scored a touchdown. In fact, even at his stature, he managed to score 43 touchdowns during his 4 seasons at Kansas State. What's noteworthy is the manner in which he scored. He identified a gap with a single defender to beat, swiftly changed direction, pivoted to his right, effectively evaded Seattle safety Jarek Reed II's tackle attempt, and then powered his way into the end zone. The contingent of Cowboys fans in attendance once again serenaded him with a chorus of "Deuce." This is becoming quite the tradition. "That's just who he is," remarked quarterback Dak Prescott, watching from the sideline once more, though eagerly wanting to join the game, particularly in the late stages of the fourth quarter with 2 minutes remaining, when the Cowboys held the ball while trailing by 8. He's not merely a flashy player. Flashy players don't endure, and by now this isn't a startling revelation. Assuming his health remains intact, Deuce Vaughn is destined to secure his place among the elite, signifying his spot on the 53-man roster. At the current rate, the novelty of his size will likely become irrelevant. Now, on to the bigger picture. This wide receiver core of the Cowboys is genuinely impressive. It's worth noting that the big 3 CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Gallup haven't yet taken the field during this summer's preseason. There's a good chance they won't participate in the final of the 3 preseason games set to take place next Saturday against the Raiders at AT&T Stadium. However, we don't require analytics or Madden ratings to recognize that this trio will bring something exceptional to the table in 2023. Our observations suffice. Training camp has been screaming at us, emphasizing the authenticity of this potential. These are the top 3 receivers, and yet the group seems to be gaining more depth. The Cowboys appear poised to have 5 impactful options, and while the final configuration of the 53-man roster remains uncertain, there's a chance they could consider retaining 6. So, we know the 3 main receivers, but what's captivating is the emergence of Jalen Tolbert, Kavontae Turpin, and Simi Fehoko, 2 individuals in their second NFL seasons and 1 in his third. Dak, what are your thoughts? Is there an evident case of overhyping or exaggeration here? "From top to bottom, this is the best group I've been part of here," Dak commented, making it clear that he's not belittling those who preceded this group. You know, players like Amari Cooper, Cole Beasley, Dez Bryant, Terrence Williams, Randall Cobb, T.Y. Hilton, and others. They possess depth, abundant depth. Indeed, they're well-equipped. Last year's rookie receiver, Tolbert, has outgrown his rookie status. He's making a significant leap in his second year, displaying remarkable progress. He did it again in this game on Saturday night, catching 4 passes for 66 yards. He appears to be an entirely different receiver from his rookie year, running precise routes, executing with confidence, and looking like a natural fit. "Everything has shifted mentally," Dak acknowledged, recognizing that this noticeable transformation has been evident during the training camp sessions in Oxnard, California. "If you need convincing, Come and witness it for yourself this week when the Cowboys practice before an audience at Ford Center on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the best part is, there's no cost to observe this for yourself. Tolbert is in the zone. Yeah, well, first and foremost, it's the confidence, McCarthy commented on Tolbert's growth. It's palpable on the field. I believe this is a direct result of his hard work. He had an impressive offseason. He's capitalizing on opportunities, making plays, and showcasing his instincts in both planned and scramble plays. This illustrates his remarkable growth, measured in yards, not inches. And then there's the Pro Bowl returner, Turpin. The Cowboys are integrating him into the offense, not limiting him to kick and punt returns or simple end-arounds. McCarthy recognizes the necessity of getting the ball into Turpin's hands. They did just that against the Seahawks, with Turpin making 2 receptions for 17 yards. This guy can perform as a receiver, too, backup quarterback Cooper Rush noted. I know he's a punt returner, but he's also an outstanding receiver. It's enjoyable being on the field with him. Absolutely. So already, we have 5 receivers in the mix, and we haven't even reached rookie Jalen Brooks, the team's 7th-round pick, or the third-year player Simi Fehoko. That's 7, and it seems like the beginnings of Dak going deep. Now, Dak would never utter a discouraging word, but that shouldn't prevent us, right? To make a point, I've posed this question repeatedly over the past couple of weeks, with no shortage of answers. Can you recall who the starting wide receivers were in the opening game last year, apart from Lamb? Well, the other 2 were Noah Brown and undrafted rookie Dennis Houston. Notice a significant difference? Even when Gallup returned 5 weeks into the season, he wasn't the same Gallup who shone in 2020, catching 59 passes for 843 yards and 5 touchdowns as the third receiver before suffering an ACL injury 9 games into the 2021 season. Now, as Dak recently confirmed, Michael Gallup is Michael Gallup again. Watch and see how these individuals make Dak's life considerably easier this season. The threat posed by this trio, combined with the addition of these other players, will also ease the path for Tony Pollard's rushing efforts, as well as his fellow running back comrades. Defenses will eventually recognize the futility of employing a significant amount of man-to-man coverage. Moreover, their collective confidence is growing and players know who truly excels. What a transformation a year brings.